How goes it, folks? Acid Roots Wired here, so we're going to show that last little bit of the previous song from Part 12, and then we'll head into some new songs in this episode. So really, these are kind of tough. I noticed that the bonus songs have a lot more ferocious kind of keen, and they have a lot more ferocious keys than the regular songs in the standard story. So even the second song, the cost was only about $150 or $300, whatever it was. I was surprised that it doesn't take very long to realize that nope, so that's kind of the concept. But so yeah, I'll kind of shoot the moon a bit in terms of what's been going on music wise and stuff. Something that's been kind of on my mind in terms of music right now is just me thinking about the fact that the musician Deuce kind of vanished. And, the more I think about it, I really think that the fact that 9 Lives fell apart was kind of the concept as to why, Deuce fell apart. Because really, when I look at, how Deuce put out a project in 2012, and then it took him 5.5 years to put out Invincible. I mean, that was a lot of time that could have happened, and really nothing happened around that time. I'm actually surprised that Deuce even managed to put out a project at all. Which I think just really happens to kind of be the thing, just because it really got by on the skin of his teeth. He didn't really try to promote it, and I really feel like somewhat of the cause of that is just because of 9 Lives kind of falling apart. And what I really would credit the concept as to why 9 Lives fell apart, because I didn't realize that Truth was the second banana of 9 Lives. There were other members, but the second most prominent after Deuce was Truth. And when he got arrested in the summer of 2012, I really think that I am almost fairly confident that Truth was on the verge of putting out an album. Which is really too bad, because I wonder the songs that probably would have happened there. And it's kind of the concept. I mean, those sorts of situations happen. It's kind of like wondering what would have happened with Tony Ayo's second album. Because fun fact about that, he actually had a second album that he was sarcastically going to call 50 Cent's Tax Write-Off, just because he knew that he was just on 50 Cent's payroll. But I actually wanted that album around that time, and it's just too bad to kind of look at that sort of situation. But those canceled projects is just you look back, it's been 10 years since 2012 now, but I just kind of look after it. Truth is nowhere to be found. And I look at the concept behind it, and I have to kind of say I really felt like Deuce probably would have been all over that Truth album. And I almost think it probably would have charted on the rock charts, depending upon what would have happened. It probably would have been a rap rock album, kind of similar to Limp Bizkit and Korn and some of those folks. And it's just now that's just the figment of our imaginations now. But there's just been a number of things. I'm noticing that there's some emo bands coming back. That's my phone. We get a lot of spam calls now. I'm just going to let you know. We get more than 12 a day. That really pisses me off. I used to sleep through those, but the more I look at it, these fuckers call 12, 13 times a day. They have no shame in it either. Just want to steal your social security number and get try to get your Amazon account and that type of stuff. It's absurd. But yeah, what I was gonna say was I forgot what I was gonna say now. Damn it. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Had something to do with I don't know. I guess we'll kind of some sort of topic. See, that's another thing that spam artist just pissed me off with, is just kind of doing that. So it's just kind of the concept. But I think I was going to talk about music, and I'm just going to have to kind of say, yeah, that's what I was talking about, My Chemical Romance. So I've been noticing an upswing of emo stuff, and I'm very much a supporter, and I endorse this entirely. I'm liking seeing what's going to happen with My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco. Hopefully Broken Side comes back. It's too bad that Blood on the Dance Floor isn't still around, because it'd be neat to kind of get some more stuff there in terms of how that goes. But also, hopefully you're noticing, yeah, these songs can really kick my ass. I'm just not going to lie. Don't expect professional Guitar Hero-isms here, but Yeah, I mean, low-key, this is kind of an emo video game. I feel like it's too bad that they never made like a Guitar Hero emo, which just had like My Chemical Romance songs. I mean, even it'd be cool if Blood on the Dance Floor was in this game. I'd like Fall Out Boy. This different kind of riff, a different kind of riff to kind of see what this sort of stuff would be like. And I really feel like, really My Chemical Romance, or not, there needed to be cutscenes in this game. I mean, I feel like you get the concept of blowing up in the sense of being a rock band, but there's no real storyline. I think it wouldn't have taken much to have had like cutscenes for each character that you pick, where like the girl characters, you know, they just start being on like some magazine, like, you know, like Maxim or something like that, and they become like spokespeople like Kelly Clarkson or someone like that just get, you know, that sort of. I mean, I know it's it was original for 2005, but I definitely feel like by the time they got to like Guitar Hero 3 or Heroes of Rock or whatever, some of those later ones that were called in the late 2000s and early 2010s, they should have had cutscenes. Maybe they did. I haven't played enough. I tried playing Guitar Hero 2, but it broke. So I know that has a 2-player mode, which is pretty badass. That's definitely the sort of stuff that it needs. There's not many PlayStation 2 games that are co-op, and that's definitely something I kind of feel like kicks ass on. I like co-op games as opposed to competitive games. That's a fun fact about me, is I prefer co-op. But yeah, so I just kind of feel within that context, just for me to kind of say and stuff. I bought some songs, but I really don't know if I'm going to do every bonus song. I just kind of look after it. I mean, if they're going to piss me off like this, I just kind of feel like, you know. But there's several of them. I guarantee that there's at least 12 or so of these songs in this game. I don't really know, but we'll just kind of go back and forth and figure it out. All hail the Graveyard Barbecue. That actually sounds fun. Never heard of the Graveyard Barbecue. Wonder what they're about. That might be something worth looking into reviewing. But kind of the concept. I wasn't even paying attention to the song when I did. I was just like, you know, these riffs just destroyed this game, and it was just difficult as fuck. I wasn't really appreciative of it. But it's just kind of the concept there as far as that actively goes. But yeah, I need to go to McDonald's and stuff. I need to find some other places to get some lunch, and I had some Jimmy John's yesterday. I was really good. I was proud of that. I was proud to get some good munchies and that type of stuff. Just a bunch of situations like that. But just look at these riffs. I mean, for this to be the second bonus song that you can purchase, I don't know who would think that you do this after you've beaten the game, but if you're playing normal mode and they give you $100, it kind of assumes, because this is quite the stark difference from like the 5th song of the game when you get money. Most people are not going to be able to go from like Iron Man to this. I just feel like it's kind of, I just wonder what it would be like on hard or extreme difficulty, you know, with the orange key in there. Let's say fuck that entirely. Happens to be the concept. I'm just like, you know, I don't even know the concept behind that as far as that's actually, but Freak Pit looks pretty lit, as a matter of fact. That'd be a cool place to have in my town, a place like that. Yeah, this just irritates me watching it, I'll tell you that. If it irritated me playing it, it irritates me watching me play it. You know, probably piss a lot of y'all off. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, some people get enthralled by this. They're like, fuck yeah. They're like, how can you not do this? You're obviously not a guitar player, man. It's kind of the situation, but yeah, so my buddy Cyan from Acid Roots Music is pretty good at these Guitar Hero type games. He knows how to destroy these. I think he could probably do this. He might even be able to do it on like hard difficulty. He's able. He really was a fan of this series. But it's just the way these keys are kind of wired. You really have to know. But yeah. So Post Malone dropped a new album, and I'm wondering how that is. I mean, I've liked half of his albums, half not. I just kind of wonder. I'm hoping this will be on the half that I do like, because I don't want to start having a disdain for Post Malone. That's something at least relatively worthwhile to kind of say. I mean, there's been albums elsewise that have come out, like Jack Harlow and Kendrick Lamar and those type folks, but I don't know. I mean, really, mainstream music right now is kind of, most people are just kind of bagging on mainstream rap, and it's not like I am bagging on the people that are bagging on it, but it just is kind of, I'm kind of waiting. I mean, this happens, and years go by. What was a good rap album from 2020? And I think that's kind of a difficult concept. What was a good rap album from 2021? I'm just looking for that sort of concert agreement, like 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying, where people can just say, yes, this was an excellent debut, or the Eminem Show, or Dr. Dre's 2001, or Dr. Dre's The Chronic, or something like that, or Ludacris's, Back for the First Time, or Word of Mouth, or one of those records. There's just not enough in that sense, but it's apparent, and, it's kind of the concept, but we'll get to talking about more of these things as part 14 eventually comes along. I mean, I'll tell you, if I'm going to be playing stages like this that really piss me off like that, I don't know. But we might go back to, like, the axe grinders and do some of those and such. I mean, I'm at least going to try to complete, like, the story mode in medium, but it just kind of depends. So, alright.